Welcome to what seems to be a ritual midweek. At least they're inconsistent on when I post them. This week, I got a lot of box sets, and I've had these. They've been kind of building up, but some of them were ones that I'm bringing back in that were extremely important box sets. Ones that really opened me up to a lot of new music, and that's what's really exciting about some of these. And it's something that I'm going to show you, and you have an interest, it's worth looking into because there's so much great music. The first one, though, it's new, and the Miles Davis Prestige recordings, and this was done by Kraft. And it's all the recordings when he was with Prestige. You know, he did those so fast. He just wanted out of that Prestige contract because he wanted to get it for Columbia, so they would have a session. They just knock out a whole bunch of stuff, and then Prestige would just divide it up into albums. So, you know, they didn't spend a lot of time on it, but the classics and the songs that are still played to this day, incredible, that came out of those Prestige sessions. You know, when I first was getting to Davis, I didn't like the Prestige stuff. It was too muted. It was a little slower, not as exciting. You know, as I've gotten older, I've learned more with Davis, and I've really got into him. I find that there's true beauty with these records. So, again, it's 6 albums. How many albums is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 albums, which would make, that would be 12 sides, wouldn't it? It starts with, and this is a little hard, so sorry, just with a nice book, going through the music, what was happening, lovely pictures. This thing's really heavy too. This is a nice, thick box set. It's from Kraft Records is where I got this from. Their track listings, and then the albums you can see here in these nice, beautiful paper sleeves, well done. And the liners are have plastic, so you know, really nice and safe. It's cloth bound. You could see, though, there's a ding here. You could see that, and here it was a little wrinkled. So those were the flaws of it. But beautiful box set. Absolutely incredibly beautiful music from Miles Davis from his Prestige years. Very happy to get this. You know, I had a few of these records in album form, but not all of them. I mean, they're hard to get. They're going to be expensive. So what a great way to go. Get them all in this beautiful box set. So that was really exciting. If music is historic to you, if it's something you want to know more about, you want to learn about music, so when you hear it, go, wow, where did this come from? Where are the roots of it? This is one of the most incredible box sets ever. The American Folkways box set, and it's put out by the Smithsonian. These are field recordings, and they were done in the 20s and the 30s. It's the American folk music. 6 discs, 84 tracks are on this. I had this, back in the day. I lost it, obviously, in the flood. And I saw they were reissuing this again. Now, they did this on LP a few years back. That thing goes for like hundreds and hundreds of dollars. Incredible amount of money. It goes into the history. You know, the roots of the jazz, the roots of blues, the roots of country, New Orleans music. I mean, it takes and it looks at how did this develop? And it goes all over the United States. It is one of the most fascinating CDs. I mean, there's some music on here you just kind of go, oh, holy crap, what's that about? But the thing is, it is about history and about how music has morphed. I find this thing, I love this. There are a few pictures in here. Few is the optimal word we'll use on that to show a few of the artists, but they go, oh, there's some pictures. It's at the beginning part. But they do go through then each of the CDs, and they talk about each song being played. And that's fascinating. You put this on and you just kind of read on about each song and what it means and how they found it. Again, just incredible field recording. So you can see everything's numbered on here. Comes in the 3 CD sets. And it is like, one is volume 1 is ballads. Volume 2 is social music. Volume 3 is songs. And it is just, you know, you get early Cajun music, you get the early country, the early jazz, the early blues, folk. It's all here. And it's done in a way that expands your mind really on where what we listen to today comes from. Well, okay, it really came from classical or before that, but so much of our rock and roll, of our jazz, of our blues, it's here. And it just, there's just cool stuff. And when you listen to a lot of movies, they pick a ton of songs from this. So when they want the old-timey music. So excited to have this extremely important box set. For anybody serious about music and learning more, this is essential. It's phenomenal. Now, I was in Omaha. I'm at Half Price Books. I used to buy a lot of records at Half Price Books, but God, they've been raising their prices up, and they're really dirty and everything. But you know, at the time when I was buying it just didn't matter. I was buying in volume. Now I'm not. So I buy books, a lot of music books, and I'm checking out, and on the back wall they have their expensive stuff. There it was. Oh my God. The 80s pop culture. Notice, this is the raised, it still has the rubber on here. This is a 7 CD set of all the hits of the 80s by Rhino. This is fabulous. Again, one of those things I lost. I had one from the 70s, the 80s, which is this one, and the 90s. Hard to get, not cheap to get anymore. I mean, they had this wonderful, I can't do books. Jamie Cottle, it's just, I take lessons from him, I guess. But look at that. It goes through each CD. It goes through each artist. It talks about them just briefly. Lots and lots of pictures, pop culture at its best of the 80s, fun little facts about the 80s. This thing is marvelous. I was so freaking excited. You know, my mom's there, and you know, there would have been time in life she would have questioned my judgment on what are you spending all that money for. But no, heck no. Oh look, Cat's here. You know, he's been out all day. Now all of a sudden I do a video, and we want to come inside. Hey, buddy. It just has, I don't know. You probably can't see that worth crap. There's glare and everything on that, but this has the hits. I mean, seriously, 20 songs, 7 CDs, that's 140 songs of the 80s, and it goes through all the types of music. Incredible, incredible. But wait, there's more. One of the most important box sets, that's done by Rhino. This is done by Rhino, Left of the Dial. I did a whole series, 10-part series, based partly on this CD box set. 80s music that college radio were just not mainstream. It's a 4 CD set. I mean, you got REM, Radio Free Europe, Holidays in Cambodia, you know, there's the Black Kennedys, Depeche Mode, Red Hot Chili Peppers, and it's all their early stuff. Wall of Voodoo, The Go-Betweens, The Raincoats, Smithereens, Dead Milkmen, Concrete Blonde, Joy Division, The Chameleons, They Might Be Giants, Gang of Four, Faith No More, Sonic Youth, Jane's Addiction, Kate Bush, Camper Van, Beethoven, Take the Skinheads Bowling, Take Them Bowling. God, I love that song. The Pogues, The 3 O'Clocks, Billy Bragg, Pixies. Damn. This thing is so incredibly good. There's 2 of them that really I thought were amazing. Well, actually 3. There's a punk rock, 170s punk rock from Rhino, similar kind of thing. Incredibly good. I learned so much about punk from that. And there's one with the psychedelic or kind of the Paisley Underground, Nuggets Revisited of the 80s. And man, you talk about opening eyes up. Absolutely opened up my eyes big time. We have another beautiful book by Rhino, covering the artists, covering the tracks. Again, different from the 80s one that I just showed, or the 70s, but very nice. Pictures of the artists, talks about each of them briefly. A box set like this is a great way to explore music. I cannot tell you how many albums I bought because of this. I listened to it and go, I love this song. I got to go look for it. And that's back when you had to go to record stores. You didn't have the internet. You didn't have all that. I know, kind of like an old man. Oh, I remember when. But in the 90s. And then I'd look for the CDs. And, man, oh my God. Left of the Dial by Rhino box set. This is like a holy grail. It's like the Bible of the coolest music of the 80s. Truly is. Then, I had this. Found this at a record store in Mentor, Ohio. And it's just one of those essential blues ones. It's the Robert Johnson. This thing's pretty beat up. I paid a whole $9 for it. You could see there's mildewy like in here. Even had newspaper articles about Mississippi, about blues. Here we got, court recognizes heir to the devil bluesman Johnson. Mississippi court, devil, just some of the court cases. Acknowledged devil blues legend Robert Johnson. Has a nice book on Robert Johnson. This was all so much easier before I had a cat on me. Look at him staring at that thing. So one of these essential blues box sets, if you're serious on the blues, chances are you already have this. Obviously I did, and when I saw it there, I said it wasn't in the best shape, but the CDs were in great shape. And that's what I'm getting it for, to listen to the CDs. So excited to pick that up at a very inexpensive price. And really, those don't cost much. If you want one of those, you can go on to Discogs, eBay, wherever, find a record store. It shouldn't cost you much. Then there's this one. And this is A Life Less Lived. The Gothic box set. Oh yeah, this is God. Me. You know, there's times, you ever have that where you just want to put on some eyeliner, you want to kind of put your hair black and just go out for a night on the town. I think I'm a closet goth maybe, because when I looked at some of these songs, I go, man, I had a lot of these record albums. Again, pretty sure it's made by Rhino. Yep, made by Rhino. God, Rhino made such great box sets. They still do a nice job. Good book. Like the other ones. This was sealed on sale for $20. I had gone clearance. I was trying to get rid of them. They had 3 of them. Again, it was in Mentor. The record did. And there's probably 2 more still there. Am I showing this upside down? I am. I can't tell. I got a cat on me, man. Not as many pictures on this one. We all like pictures, but so looking at some of the artists, this is 3 CDs and 1 DVD. And you just have, Sisters of Mercy, Bauhaus, The Cure, Joy Division, Birthday Party, Susie and the Banshees, Love and Rockets, Alien, Sex Fiend, The Red Yellow Lorry. I had all of these in album form. I mean, I'm a goth, man. I obviously, because I have freaking tons of these. But then you got like the Virgin Prudes, Rubicon, the Bolshoi. There's the Cult, Christian Death, 45 Graves, London After Midnight, Sex Gang Children. I had that. Misfits, Killing Joke, Ministry. It's just so much. Gene Loves Jezebel. Really an incredible selection. Very inexpensive. I would say this is another one. If you like goth, if that is your deal, which obviously it must be for me, I just don't dress up very well. I guess I am wearing a black shirt. That gives me cred. It's a great box set to explore that genre of music. And it comes in a corset. I mean, how cool is that? It's a leather corset, man. What else could you ask for in life? I have a Bob Mould box set. The third box set, I don't want to go long, and that's because, again, it's the third box set for Bob Mould. This finishes off his series. I have the first two. This is the limited one. I have my third autograph to Bob Mould. Not sure if that means anything. The vinyl's all different color, the different album designs like the first two box sets. This finishes off all his albums. He's putting out a fourth one that will be live recordings of Bob Mould. I have to decide, do I want it? I got 3, I guess. It makes sense I get 4, but and I'll keep this shorter. But those are essential box sets. I'm so excited to get back in. Most of them ones I had, but were truly important. The goth one maybe not important, but it's $20. What the hell? Why not? Sealed, right? Right. The other one's super happy to find. So appreciate you sticking here, watching this, and as always, hanging out with me. I mean, you're bored, huh? You need something to do. You need a hobby. Oh, it's music. Bye. Cat says bye too. Meow meow.